laptop screen, ready for the Python scene. All those lines of text so clean, let's code and chase that dream. Python world, here we go. Write the script, let it flow.
In this video, we're going to take a quick look at how to use OWL Brightspace. For those of you in first year who've never used Western's learning management system, this will be important as it covers how to find everything you're going to need for this course. Or for those of you who are new to OWL Brightspace, Western did recently move to a new learning management system. This will also catch you up on how to use the new system. So let's cut right to OWL Brightspace. Okay, here we are on OWL Brightspace. And depending on the section you're in or the year you're in, it might look slightly different. The dates might be slightly different, but it should look generally something like this. And this is after you log in and select our OWL course site, which is CS1026. If you're having any issues at all with your account or you can't log in, please contact Western Technology Services, or WTS for short. They handle all Western accounts and will be able to help you log into the OWL course site that we're going to be using. So for the first week, you'll probably only see two things. You'll see a course overview unit on the homepage, as well as a week 0 or week 1 introduction to Python unit. Each week, a new unit is going to be posted, so you get a new one of these boxes with a new topic every week. For me, I'm going to post those on Mondays, but depending on who your course instructor is, that could be a little bit different. The other thing we're going to see down here is important information, and this takes you right to the critical information you're going to need. Things like the course syllabus, who your course instructors are and their contact information, the teaching assistants, our Gradescope site, that's where you're going to be able to submit assignments, and our Zybook site, that's going to be our e-textbook for the course. Now, when you want to actually look at some of the course content, you click on one of these units. So the first unit is Course Overview, and this is just going to give you general information about the course. So this will be things like information about the course instructors. Depending on what section you're in, you'll see different information here. If you're on the online section, you'll probably see me, Daniel Servos. Or if you're in the in-person sections, then you'll see everyone. We'll also have information about email contact, office hours, things like that. And we also have a page about our teaching assistants. We don't get our teaching assistant information right away, so once we have their schedules and everything set up for consulting hours, their schedules will be posted here. Also very important, we have the course syllabus. I highly recommend everyone read this syllabus in full. It covers basically everything you're going to need about the course, when things are due, what the rules are, everything you need to know. It's very critical that you read this document. That should be your first step. Then we're going to have a page about the required textbook and how to purchase that textbook, as well as a video on the required software, a link to Gradescope, and other resources that you might need for taking any course at Western. These are things like the WTS Help Desk link, Zybook support, and all the other services Western offers you. In the first week, you should also see a unit for that week. Depending on when this course starts, it'll either be week 0 or 1, and it should have some basic information about Python and how to get started with the course. Every week, a new unit's going to be posted, and one of the most important pages for you to access is going to be the overview page. So every week there's going to be a unit that has a little introduction like this, and then the next page is going to be the overview page. This lays out all the tasks and bulletins for the week. So in this red box here is every task you're going to need to do, as well as any important announcements we need to communicate to you. Then you're going to have assigned readings and homework. Depending on what section you're in, this might be a little bit different. In this example here, they have to read chapter 1, and then they have some ungraded homework. If you're in the online section with me, that means that these labs are required and you are going to have to do them. So it'll display slightly differently. We're also going to have in-class activities and files. If you're in one of those in-person sections, this is going to have links to any slides or activities that you're doing in class. If you're in the online section, you don't have to worry about that. Again, for the in-person sections, you're going to have a weekly lab that you have to attend in person. This section is going to be details on that lab. If you're on an online section, that means you're going to be doing the labs as Zylabs in the Zybook. And then finally, we have a checklist that says everything you have to do this week. And you should try to accomplish all of these tasks in that week, and you can check them off here to keep track. We won't be marking this checklist at all. This is just for your own purposes, keeping track of what you have to do. The next page is going to be a list of videos you have to watch for that week. The in-person classes use a flipped classroom model, which means that you have to watch these videos first, and then you do activities in class. If you're in the online section, things work a little bit differently. You still watch videos online, but then you practice those activities in our SciBook and in the SciLabs instead of going to in class. When you click on one of these videos, it'll be a little bit different depending on what section you're in, but they will load up in your browser. And if you click on video resources, it will give you resources, including the slides used in that video, possibly as well as example Python files. Each week usually also has a supplementary resource section, and these are optional resources. You don't have to read these, and they won't necessarily come up on a test or anything unless they're redundant. And they just provide additional resources that you can use to help you be a successful Python programmer. Then, if you're in the in-person sections, we'll also have a next week option, which shows you what's coming up next week. If you click on these, I'll show you the topics for next week, the readings, and if you're in the in-person section, the videos. For this online section, there aren't going to be any videos for next week. They'll be posted week by week. If you're in the in-person, you'll have them advanced, so you can watch them before attending a lecture. And then the last thing for a unit will be that checklist, again, to make sure you've done everything you need to know. The other thing we need to know about our course site is how to get help. So if you go under communications, there is a section called discussions. And this is the course forums. This is your best source of getting help or getting answers to your questions in the course. There'll be many categories where you can ask questions, such as general discussion if it's a general question about the course, SciBook if it's a question about something in the SciBook textbook, labs if it's a question about a lab, and we'll also have discussions for each assignment we do in the course. This is where you ask questions about that assignment. If it's a general question that everyone can benefit from, you should post it here so everyone can see that question and everyone see the solution or the answer to your question. If it's something very specific only to your assignment, or if it's something to do with you that's personal, like accommodations, illness, then you should email your course instructor. Each week we'll also have lecture video discussions. These are just forums where you can ask questions about something that came up in a lecture. So if you're watching a lecture video and you say, oh, I have a question about this, something I would raise my hand for in a real in-person lecture, then you can ask it on these forums, and then we can give you your answer there. So there is still some level of interaction, even though it's asynchronous and online. The other thing you need to know about are assignments. So when there is an assignment, you go to Assignments, and it will list all the assignments that are currently open. You click on those, and it will give you information about the assignment. However, this course does use Gradescope, so when you want to submit your assignments, you do go to Home and down to Gradescope Site. We'll provide more information about how you submit to Gradescope, but we will submit all assignments through Gradescope rather than Owl Brightspace. Gradescope is a software that allows us to do automated tests and give you feedback right away. So you don't have to wait for a TA to mark your assignment. It'll give you some level of feedback right away based on automated testing of your code, and then that will allow you to improve it and resubmit. The other thing we need to know about are announcements. So I don't think there's any announcements set up while I'm filming this, but if you go under Communication Announcements, this will display all announcements your course instructor has sent you. It's critical to keep up with these because your course instructor could be sending you important information, like if a lecture is canceled, if an assignment due dates change, something like that, it will be under announcements. So please make sure that you keep up with that. Also, Brightspace is pretty good about adding those due dates to your calendar. So if you click on Calendar, you will get a calendar of the due dates that are coming up, as well as anything like a quiz that's due or something like that. The last feature that might be useful to you are grades. So when a grade is available, right now there's none while I'm filming this, it will be posted under grades. These will show you grades on assignments, quizzes, and other course elements. We also will show an estimate of your late coupons here, but keep in mind that is just an estimate. It is up to you to track your late coupons. TAs may have not applied them, so they could be out of date in your grades list. If you do need help with Owl Brightspace, this help feature does offer a lot of resources for self-learning, as well as the WTS help desk, which is where you go if something is very wrong. is Western's technical support, and they'll be able to help you by phone, in person if you go to their help desk, or even online through a ticket. It's a great resource for getting help. So that's all I have for you about our course site. The thing I can't stress enough is every week when a new unit is posted, make sure that you read the overview page on that unit, because it will tell you the tasks and due dates for that week. So make sure that you're always reading that and checking it. At least once a week. I'd recommend multiple times a week. So that's all I have for you in this lecture. If you're having any issues at all with Brightspace, please feel free to contact us on the course forums if you can access them. If you're having issues with your account, please contact WTS, that's Western Technology Services, and they can help you with any account issues. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.